Hi, everybody. This is the inaugural Military Press Wrestling Hour brought to you by Vets on Sports in conjunction with Vets on Media. I am Silent J. Finally, we're here. Only 10 minutes late. That is a record for a brand new show, getting rid of all the tattoos. For those of you that don't know what that is in the military, that means situation normal, all fucked up. So, glad to be with you. We're the very first wrestling show brought to you by Vets on Sports through Vets on Media. We're a little late. Technical issues. As always, it's okay. We're here. And I promise you next week we will not intro with the Rockers theme song from the late 80s, early 90s, pre-Super Kick in the barbershop. So, with that being said, I am Silent J. I'm the host of Tactical 16 Radio and also Center Mass with Robin Silent J, which you can hear on Sunday nights. Along with me, I have a round table, not really a round table since we're not at our table.
I'm at a round table.
Yeah, and you're also in a room with horrible lighting. So, with that being said, Brandon, why don't you introduce yourself, man?
How's it going, guys? I'm Brandon, family member, and what I would hope to be favorite cousin of your host, Silent J. I'm here to just talk some wrestling and shoot the shit with you guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, and next up, we got a tag team.
A duo.
A duo.
Oh, yeah?
Why don't you introduce yourselves officially?
I am the professor of professional wrestling, Adam McFarland, and this here is not Mr. Perfect. This is
Mr. Dedicated.
That's right.
And we're just here to talk some wrestling, man. I'm all into wrestling. That's what I'm all about. I'd like to consider myself a game. Don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot, as Arn Anderson would say.
Nice. What this show is going to be, since it's the first one, we're going to go a little bit over an hour since we started late. And we got the intro and all that stuff with the show. You're hearing us live on vetsonmedia.com. Go to vetsonmedia.com for all your veteran radio listening pleasure online. This is the first show for the wrestling aspect of Vets on Sports, which they do the Saturday morning show. JD does his Tuesday night show. Big thanks to JD and Adam over at the network for coming up with this idea and tossing it my way, thinking I can do a great job, which, that's what we're going to do. So I enlisted the help of my 14th favorite cousin.
Come on. 14?
The AJ Hawk-looking wannabe. You'll be cut.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. He was cut today. What a shame.
Yeah.
For Green Bay Packers.
Himself in his room.
The 15th favorite cousin now. With that being said, but what we're gonna do here on this show tonight and every Wednesday night, officially it'll be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason why I got three fellow co-hosts, I want to hear more than just myself talk and more than my opinion. But wrestling, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own likes, dislikes, favorite moments, favorite matches, favorite personas. And, favorite shows. Some people like Raw, some people like SmackDown, some people like NXT, some people
Honestly, no one likes SmackDown, man.
I haven't watched SmackDown. I haven't watched SmackDown.
I remember when SmackDown used to mean something.
Oh, my God, SmackDown when it used to mean something. Jesus.
It's been a while. It's been a long time. So, with that being said, what each of us are going to do in the future, since Brandon has the I have
least knowledge. We'll go with that one.
The least knowledge. So Brandon's going to be the official SmackDown correspondent for the show from here on.
That's a job, man. I'll take it.
So what we're going to do, we're going to have a rundown of Fastlane tonight, and we're going to talk about how Fastlane shaped Raw, which is shaping the road to WrestleMania. So we're going to talk Fast Down results. We're going to talk about Raw, and we're going to talk about the road to WrestleMania. But first, what we're going to do is highlight one wrestler or one pay-per-view one match, one gimmick, one angle every week. And this week we are highlighting the Macho Man, Randy Savage. My personal
Yeah.
Personal favorites. One of my personal favorites.
my personal favorite. Dude, when I was a little kid watching the Macho Man, Randy Savage, when he still had the 3-star ass.
Oh man.
That was just like, I was all in on it. I was all in. I just thought to be a badass you had to wear sequins. Till I realized as an adult, if you're an adult man and you wear sequins, then chances are you're a drag queen. But there's first, I want to give Adam the floor first. We're going to talk a little bit of Macho Man, which he is an inductee to the Hall of Fame this year. Adam, what are your thoughts on the Macho Man? What's your favorite part of Randy Savage? Whether it's a match, a time period, what do you say, man?
My personal favorite time period is when he was Macho King Randy Savage, and my absolute favorite Macho Man Randy Savage match is at WrestleMania 7 against Ultimate Warrior. I think it's just the realest story ever told in a match from beginning to end. That's my look on Macho Man. Absolutely, I think he had impeccable mic skills. That's for sure.
Yeah, that he did. That was, Brandon, stop messing up your chords. Yeah, his mic skills were insane. Not Ultimate Warrior insane, but they made sense. A good insanity. Where it was just like you wanted to see him fight somebody, after a promo. Or you want Slim Jim.
Adam, what do we talk about all the time? What's our favorite promo? Free word association, man.
Yeah.
One of the best Macho Man interviews there are. You're triggering me, brother. You're triggering me. That's awesome.
What's your favorite aspect of Randy Savage?
Oh, I can't hear crap. Well, my favorite part of Macho Man is the same as Macho King. My favorite match is Macho Man Hogan.
Macho Man Hogan? Which one, man? There was a few.
Yeah, there was a few. That time period, I loved when they were. What are they? The Mega Powers.
Mega Powers.
Yeah, how it was just like you were just waiting for it to implode.
That's the handshake. The original handshake is just that moment. Just stood in time when they put their elbows reaching for the handshake. It just stands in the time for sure.
Now, here's the other thing about the Macho Man. He had that weird the hesitant handshake where he'd put his elbow on the side and he wouldn't stick his hand out. He'd have to move his body to meet hands. Yeah. It was such anticipation waiting for him to lock hands with somebody. It was just but oh yeah. Just wait. It's shake his hand. It was the dude was a badass.
Yeah, he was.
Brandon, what's your the thing you love about Macho Man the most?
The thing I love about Macho Man the most. I really didn't get into wrestling that early. I didn't watch that much, but I mean, being friends with these guys as long as I have, they've always been into that kind of stuff, and watching it with them, dude. Macho Man's just a crazy dude. He said they hear stories all the time of that's actually how he was in real life, man. He was a crazy dude in real life, off the camera, off the wall, man. And that's just what I like about him. He was off the wall.
Yeah, he did seriously seem off the wall.
Yeah, and he was like that in real life. So. Yeah,
and do you know one thing? He was a baseball player before he got into wrestling. Yeah, he AAA baseball, I think, for the Cardinals.
Absolutely. I actually I was watching the documentary for Macho Man Randy Savage the other night, and they said that the day he quit baseball, he took a bag of bats and he broke each bat against a tree, swinging them each. And he said, "I'll never play baseball again." And that's when Macho Man Randy Savage was. It all began.
Nice.
Oh man, I love it.
My favorite timelines of the Macho Man. I mean, I'm older. I'm 35. I'll be 36. I remember watching WrestleMania 3.
Some young bucks with you.
Yeah, with Ricky Dragon Steamboat. I think that was one of my first, if not first, pay-per-view I ever watched was WrestleMania 3. And
Oh man.
being a little kid, I wanted to see Hulk Hogan beat Andre the Giant, but watching Steamboat versus Savage made me a wrestling fan, not just the show, not just the show fan, but actually wrestling fan, because that series, it was like, that was an amazing match to watch. But my second favorite timeline of Macho Man is when he was like Macho Madness in WCW with
99.
He created himself.
The Gorgeous George.
Medusa, Miss Madness. It was just like, this psycho is wearing a black boa and he's got 3 chicks with him, and one of them's doing like
Hero music.
So yeah, that Macho Man is when he reinvented himself. I think it was one of my favorite moments, because it was like, damn, this old dude just reinvented himself and made himself relevant with a bunch of hot chicks. I wouldn't really call him, but
with
gorgeous.
Sid in his corner.
Yeah, holy cow, I forgot about that. Team Madness. That really was like, it was weird.
1999.
Adam's perfect for this show, man. Look at his, the young bucks throwing stuff out there. You didn't even know he's teaching you stuff.
I gotta tell you, I remember watching the Bash at the Beach pay-per-view 1999, where it was Sid and Randy Savage versus Cash and Sting, and whoever got the pin was the new world champion. One, cluster, what, and 2, it really was just all over the place. But I enjoyed, Savage back then. He was wild. He smashed the limo with Nash in it.
Yeah.
I think it's paused.
I can still hear you guys. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bandwidth issues every now and then. We're at the mercy of technology. But overall, what do you think? You guys excited for the Macho Man to finally be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
The day Macho Man's inducted in the Hall of Fame, I'm going to get a tattoo of Macho Man hoisting Miss Elizabeth above his shoulder.
That's righteousness.
I can't wait. You know what we're gonna do for the show, for the YouTube channel, for Vets on Sports is when you're getting that done, I wanna go there and I wanna film it, and then we're gonna put
Absolutely.
the making of the Macho tattoo.
Oh, he's gonna eventually get a whole leg sleeve, so you could just document the whole leg.
And you know what? And Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's working on something. He's working on a Macho gut right now.
Oh, shoot interviews. I see what we have here.
But moving along from
It's the middle linebacker gut.
Yeah. Brandon never moved along. But moving along from the Macho Man and talking about Fastlane. I watched Fastlane. I was disappointed, extremely disappointed.
It had its high points. But then it did have some low points.
Okay, name a high point from.
I really like the Bray Wyatt Undertaker thing. I think if Undertaker commits to it, there could be some great promos and we could see some great stuff out of them.
Did you see what shape it's in?
With it being Undertaker's last match, probably,
It should be. I talked about that last night on the show. How they, tying in Fastlane to WrestleMania. I looked at The Undertaker is the greatest character of all time, and
Never broke kayfabe.
never.
Ever.
And I look at Bray Wyatt, and he is the best character in the WWE now. I think that would be a great send-up. There's no more streak.
I love it. I love it, man.
You don't
I
have,
love that feud.
yeah, you don't have that, the pressure of Bray Wyatt trying to break the feud. That's done and over with, and that, it was done, I think, properly. I think if Bray Wyatt faces the Undertaker at WrestleMania, I think he should go over. I think he should win, and that'd be a great send-off for the Undertaker. Then he could go to the Hall of Fame next year when WrestleMania is in Texas.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So, what do you think a low point of Fastlane was, Brandon? We got a listener just sent me a tweet on Twitter. He goes, a tweet on Twitter.
Shit.
Low point for Fastlane was the horrible crowd.
Oh, I remember talking about that during the show. One of the softest crowds I've seen in a while. Adam, who was that came? Oh, Sting came out, and we started discussing how that crowd didn't deserve to have that moment right there. Because when Sting came out, that crowd was so disappointing. There was no pop at all.
Yeah. What do you guys think, Adam and Mike? What do you guys think about Fastlane, and then just the Sting response and the crowd in general?
It was poor. I hated it.
It was poor Bender. It was like a Monday Night Raw.
It was like a Wednesday night NXT.
There's a better crowd reaction.
Oh, come on.
No, that was like main event response. I think for
Oh, Tuesday evening, huh? Man.
But what did you guys think of Fastlane? You think any good match? I think the John Cena and Rusev match was good. I liked it because I just didn't like the ball kick at the end. I mean, I think Rusev should have went over clean. Are they still on?
Losing connection over here? You there, Adam? Oh man, technical difficulties.
Hello?
Oh, okay, we can hear you now. All right. What did you guys think of Fastlane?
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
What the fuck, man?
Okay. These issues now and then. Brandon, if they don't pop back on, just message them and have them come on the show this week. Okay, you guys are back now. All right. What the fuck?
Right out the leg. Right out the leg.
Yeah. Right out the leg. I tell you what, once in a while. Yeah, we can hear you now.
You there, big guy?
Yeah.
Oh man. What was that? What'd you tell me? What'd you say to have them do?
If they're having problems, have them back out and then jump back in.
All right, hold on.
That's it. If they're still having problems. So give me a second. Yeah.
Oh.
Now. Damn it. Oh. You know what? This is going over like the WLC match right now, Brandon.
Oh my God, WLC. What was the little bull's name? El Torito versus what was the little guy's name? Hornswoggle, Vince McMahon's son.
Oh my God! Do people forget that he came from Vince McMahon's loin, so to speak?
Yeah, they like to treat WWE fans like we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah,
like we didn't just see some angles a couple months ago.
Yeah, just message those guys and have them come back on. Have them back out and then come back in. While you're doing that, I think Fastlane was extremely lackluster, to say the least. There's nothing good about it. I don't think. Just there's no real build, and like like our friend from Twitter said, the crowd was just horrible, and it took away from what could have been great. You know what I mean, Brandon? Like
Yeah.
it Undertaker.
Oh my God, that Undertaker thing could have been so much more better, man.
Dude, that should have been the highlight of the show.
It was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was the best part of the show.
When it could have been the best part of the show, that the crowd should have been, like not even on its feet. The crowd should have jumped out of their sneakers, out of their.
The roof should have came off of that place. Yeah.
Yeah, could you? I mean, think about it. The possibility of the Undertaker's here, might be here. Sting, should be here. I just the fact that you had the possibility of having both those guys at the same show.
Mind-boggling, man.
Yeah, and the fact that crowd was awful. It's dark.
I just hate so much that they gave that moment to that crowd. They honestly did not deserve that moment. They were dead.
Yeah. Did speaking of the crowd and the reactions, it's all about what the show puts out for the crowd.
Uh-huh.
I understand, like some crowds are just crap, which is kind of weird because where were they, in Memphis?
Yeah, somewhere around there, Tennessee somewhere.
That's like a hotbed of wrestling. Jerry Lawler had a wrestling promotion there.
Hold on. I want to say they weren't even in an arena. They were in like a forum. It was like the FedEx Forum or something like that. It probably only held like 45,000 people.
Yeah, it sounded like there was two people in there. But like you think like a place like Memphis is like super rich in wrestling history. Jerry Lawler, USW.
Oh yeah.
Smoky Mountain.
Yep.
Mid-South. All these like badass historical wrestling shows came out of Memphis. And Fastlane, just the name of the pay-per-view is what bugged me, and the stupid sound effects, the little race car wheels.
Every time they showed up on the screen, woo! Come on.
That took me out of the show. That really took me out of the show.
They do have to appeal to a younger audience here. They don't have to appeal to all 30. How old are you? 37, you said? 35? They don't have to appeal to all 35 men in the world.
You know what? I like fast cars. They ruined fast cars. But Bobby on Facebook goes, Sting giving Triple H the Scorpion Death Drop had less of a reaction than a Divas match.
Oh.
It was true, though. It really was true. I definitely can appreciate where he's coming from on that. Just the fact that do you watch NXT at all?
I've caught it here and there.
Okay, there was a match between I forgot her name. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. But the Charlotte, she was fighting for the belt at the last maybe it was two shows ago when Kevin Steen.
Was it a triple threat for the belt or a four-way with three girls?
No,
for the belt?
it was a singles match, and the crowd gave a great reaction with Charlotte. She won the belt.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the girl that she fought. Did she win the belt? I might be thinking of two. But anyway.
Was it Sasha Banks, I think her name might be?
Sasha Banks.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah, Sasha Banks and Charlotte fought when Sami Zayn won the belt and Kevin Steen showed up.
Powerbombed him after the match? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
That show had that place was a Full Sail Arena, Full Sail University. Maybe 1,000 people, 2,000 at most. That crowd had more of a pop and more of a reaction and more energy than the Fastlane pay-per-view.
I look at those guys as almost like college football players trying to make it in the NFL. They almost play with more grit, and like these guys wrestle with more grit because they have more to work for. They're trying to get to the main roster, and they absolutely put on a great show every week for those guys, and they deserve that. So
the other thing is, I think they're allowed to put on a great match. Great shows where you watch NXT and it reminds me of some of the older independents, stuff like that. Ring of Honor when that first came out, even TNA when TNA first came out. That's the feeling that I get from watching NXT. Even what's that dope? Adam Rose. Even he was enjoyable to watch in NXT. And then you watch him now on Raw, the main roster, and it's just flat. It's just I don't know what these guys lose on their way from NXT. Yeah, maybe it's just the fact that hey guys, maybe it's the fact that there's so many writers.
Are we in?
Yep, you guys are on. We're talking now like the reaction that Fastlane got compared to the reaction that they get down at like the NXT shows, and like Bobby on Facebook on Twitter said that I like this. The Sting given Triple H the Scorpion Death Drop had less of a reaction than a Divas match. And going back watching Charlotte and Sasha Banks, they're like, yeah, they had more of a reaction for that match compared to Sting. And
they actually wrestle.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing. Am I the only one saying this that I've never really liked Sting? I think he's overrated. I think he sucks.
Sting?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The dude needed to be saved by RoboCop. I give him no credit.
Sting.
Yeah.
It was just the fact of seeing someone come from the ceiling every week and holding the bat to your neck, telling you better watch your back. That kind of put you on your toes. Sting was awesome, man. I loved watching him.
Yeah.
The man used to come down to the ring to seek and destroy. Okay, enough said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know what?
Take names.
You know what? He can't come down from the rafters anymore. Vince McMahon ruined that one.
Put a kibosh on that one.
Oh yeah, he killed him, literally. But
okay.
Going to Fastlane, I want to get you guys' opinion, Adam and Mike. What did you think from the show? What's something good that came out of the show, and what were some of the lowlights and the highlights of it?
Well, I enjoyed the start to the Orton feud that it's looking like they're going to get out of there. I'm all for the slow build.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the slow build. I like that.
We talked about that earlier, but I was like, there's no way Randy Orton should rejoin the Authority. He's like, Adam's like, just give it time. They're gonna build a great feud. You're gonna want to see it in the end. You're gonna want to see it in the end.
Yeah.
I also did really enjoy the main event, even though I'm very against Roman Reigns.
You're so wrong.
Hot garbage on the mic, I'll tell you that.
Hot garbage. Hot
garbage on the mic.
He's developing, all right?
Believe that.
I'd rather watch paint dry on a wall than listen to a Roman Reigns promo.
He's our Generation Rock, all
I
right?
was just gonna say that when The Rock was coming out in cheerleader tassels and pubic hair, he was absolutely horrible. It was horrible.
I agree.
I think that might be the best way to like fix the stupidity of the creative writing. Just Reaper.
Put tassels on a man.
Yeah. Reaper Custom. At Reaper Custom 09 on Twitter goes, WWE writing holds back the superstar talent. Look at the goofy shit they had Roman Reigns doing after the Rumble. Exactly. I think the only way to make Roman Reigns really successful now is to follow the Rock blueprint of, unintentionally making him look unwatchable. And I think,
are we gonna see a people's elbow from Roman Reigns?
With a spear.
Nonsense. Nonsense.
The one thing I don't like, he
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
he does that soap opera cutout scene face where he gives like the
Oh yeah, he stares into the camera so hard.
what's that
Like-
the pouty lip and sexy eyes works on Latin,
Yeah.
not Samoan dudes. Like
As if GQ magazine might be snapping pictures at any time while this man's in the ring.
that would be good if it was like a Dolce and Gabbana cologne. But
Rico Suave.
yeah, it doesn't.
No, who's that guy for the Old Spice commercials? Rides in on the horse?
Oh yeah. You know what? I don't even think Roman Reigns would go over if he was half horse spraying Old Spice body spray.
Listen, I don't understand why we got to push Reigns so hard. Why are they forcing him on me? I don't want to watch him. The only reason people cheered for Roman Reigns at last year's Royal Rumble when Batista won is because they didn't want to see Batista win.
We want Daniel Bryan.
That's exactly right. But you know who they wanted to win last year?
Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan,
You know
of course.
who they wanted to win this year?
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, and it's. I mean, I know it's scripted, but goddamn, do I feel bad for that guy.
Oh my God, yeah. And the cream on top, they're using Daniel Bryan to try to put Roman Reigns in your face. Do you see him? You better beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
don't need it.
I watched Raw this morning because I got rid of cable. I got rid of satellite, so I got Hulu.
Uh-huh.
So I get to
I recently just got rid of Hulu.
I got Hulu, so now I watch Raw the next day. Other than
Uh-huh.
after WrestleMania, Brandon, I'm going to your house and I'm going to watch Raw live after WrestleMania. Best Raw of the year, except for
He's got to come over to the party at the house. We have WrestleMania party.
WrestleMania party.
you
The
know what,
night after, you're more than welcome to join us, too.
you know what we should do? We should do a live post WrestleMania show
Podcast?
all together.
Hell yeah.
Let me see. Capital Safe 716 on Twitter. Jake on Twitter goes, Sting went to TNA and they built him a lot better than he truly was due to age. I agree with that. They did a good job of building
That's true.
in TNA, but then he goes, turn Roman heel, problem solved.
That might do it.
That might actually do
Listen,
it.
a Paul Heyman turning on Brock Lesnar to make Roman Reigns a Paul Heyman guy,
That would be cool.
then I may like Roman
That
Reigns.
would be cool.
Because Brock can't talk either, but he has Paul Heyman to talk for him, and that's half of the reason I like Brock Lesnar.
I like the fact, that Brock Lesnar doesn't need to say anything to be hated or to be.
Not a word.
Which he's really looking like it's like that badass, face turn for Brock Lesnar. I think because of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns by default is making Brock Lesnar, a super baby face. And to answer your question, Brandon, somebody put on Twitter, it'll be the people's the people's Superman punch.
Oh, man. I don't even want to see it. Vince can save that one. He can keep it. I don't want it.
Yeah. Now going out of Fastlane, we kind of all agree that there's something just stagnant about Roman Reigns. I think it's the goofy outfit. I think ring gear is everything.
I
And
need to change.
What was that whole Shield gimmick? What was that? Were they all security guards for a minute? What were they?
No, that was a cool group.
They were serving justice,
They're
man.
serving justice.
that worked. That worked for the Shield, and it looked good.
But when you separate, get some different attire.
Listen, Seth Rollins looks good, except for when he's taking pictures without it.
That's why you don't send those pictures out, Seth. We got to teach you.
Yeah, listen, and
No
if,
bueno.
and if you're gonna do a full body D pic when you got the chest and the abs and stuff like that, make sure you got a piece. That was
Ooh, oh.
Ooh.
that really was embarrassing.
Make sure you're packing a pistol if you're gonna pull it out.
Picture of him laying on bed. He didn't have the full. He didn't full the show the whole thing off. It was just part of it. Like, all right, suspend my belief, suspend reality. But when he just went full blown, it's like, what? Yeah, women over you. Apparently, you do some other tricks. I haven't learned in 35 years. But in his ring gear, Seth Rollins plays the part. I didn't like it at first. I thought he was like a dominatrix suit Power Ranger coming out.
Batman?
Yeah, but
I agree. But Roman, the thing about him that bothers me is he needs to loosen up on the mic, man. He's just so
Anxious, nervous.
yeah,
it feels almost like it's too scripted when he's on the mic. Loosen up a little bit.
yeah, and most of this stuff is, shocker. Here's a spoiler alert. Most of the, promos are scripted. It's just, the really good ones will take that script and make it their own. He can't do that. I don't know. The hair too, dude. Like, stop. Either cut it or dry it. But
yeah, it looks silly.
It does. It looks like the same thing goes for Bo Dallas. He ever comes back, cut your hair, man. I don't know. It's too long.
Wait, what are we talking about? What's wrong with men with long hair?
You have snack time? You look like a gay student.
You don't want me to pull it out right now.
No.
I have no comment.
But
no, it wasn't snack time. I was a little parched.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. There.
Go Sabres.
Worst in the
league, but we'll take it.
Embrace the tank.
Connor McDavid, man, here we come.
Okay, somebody wrote, like this, WWE creative writing holds back the superstar talent. Look at the goofy shit they have Roman Reigns do after the Rumble. Yep, we got that, and somebody like that. Oh yeah, the Shield gimmick was tactical. Get it?
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I did like that, but then going back to that Dean Ambrose, his ring gear fits his persona. I don't know. Roman Reigns' ring gear doesn't do it for me. Maybe if he just looked, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
he should try a cape. He should wear a cape to the ring and see how that works.
It's almost like a Batman outfit that he's got going on there, man.
I think if he's going to possibly be the world champion, the WWE champion at WrestleMania, do you think it's time for him to stop walking out of the crowd?
Well,
I don't know. DDP walked through the crowd.
If there's one thing I like about Roman Reigns, it is actually his entrance. I will give him that. I like the enter to the crowd. Sandman, big fan.
Yeah, but if
DDP,
it's
Edge and Christian.
But Sandman, it fit Sandman's persona. He looked like some drunk dude coming out of the crowd and beating people with sticks.
I met him before he was.
Yeah, true. My best friend Chris, there's your shout out. He actually had one of Sandman's canes.
What's up, Chris?
Oh wow.
Yeah, cool. He had one of the kendo sticks from the 90s. I think it was late 90s. He got it. But yeah, Sandman played the part of the guy coming out of the crowd. The Shield played the part coming out of the crowd. Hell, DDP, the original People's Champ, came out of
the crowd. Sell 5-5.
Bang!
Yes, let's go do some But Roman Reigns, he doesn't look the role of someone that should be coming out of the crowd.
I'm telling you, all signs point to a superhero. He needs a mask. He needs a cape. He needs a cool entrance from the ceiling. We could do it.
Nice. The feedback on Twitter. Please don't allow Bo Dallas to come back.
He's not right of a wrestler.
All you gotta do is believe.
Roman wants the Shield to live forever, so he has to keep it going on his own.
Gotta go. Roman's gotta go.
Gotta go.
He wants the
Gotta
Reigns
go.
to live forever. And his moves fit the Shield. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins worked the match the whole time. Roman Reigns could come out and do those, 3 moves: the Superman punch, the spear, and then whatever that up kick, on the apron.
Don't forget his cousin's Samoan drop.
Oh yeah, so he's got one less.
All Samoans do that bender.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, you go back into history. Look at all the Samoans that use the Samoan drop.
Samoan spot.
Yokozuna, even though he was built out of Japan.
Rikishi.
The Wild Samoan.
Rikishi.
Yep.
The Wild Samoans.
I watched the Tuesday. What was it? Tuesday Night Titans. I watched on the network recently, and it was the first one where they were cooking a pot of fish and vegetables. And Lord Alfred Hayes. And I'm watching it. I'm like, wait a second. Like, these guys are horrible cooks because the water was up to the top, and they were throwing vegetables, and they were throwing fish heads in there, and the water was going everywhere. It's like, man, the production value of the 80s sucked.
But the promos were great. Larger than life.
I tell you what, one thing, the promos were great, but if you sit back and watch some of the wrestling, especially WrestleMania 1, it's like, have you ever watched a little kid jump on a diving board where he jumps, he doesn't realize that you keep the knees straight and you can still go up, where they jump and then they bend their knees to, like, catapult off the diving board? That's what Bruno Sammartino looked like when he was going after what was it, I think it was Johnny Valiant. He did like this jumping leap, but he didn't catch him in the punch. He leaped, he landed on his feet, and then he punched. It was like, that jump was for nothing, you moron. You're wearing a Cardigan sweater. If you watch old WWF wrestling from the 80s, they had this horrible thing about jumping and then landing and punching, not jumping and punching in the air, or not, it was just, they did this weird, like, jump, punch, jump, elbow.
The game has evolved so much over the years, honestly.
Yeah. Very uncoordinated when you're wrestling on, an 8-ball and a 5th of jack.
That's when I'm at my best. I'm just kidding.
I mean, but you also go back and look at those. You gotta look at the Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flairs. You gotta look at, the Savages and Hogans. There were a lot of great matches when you go back. Go back and watch Sting versus Ric Flair at Great American Bash when Sting won the world title, and there's no way you could say Sting's, overrated in that match, because he's just on top of his game. And him and Flair never had a bad match that I've ever seen.
Now with that being said, where you get like these amazing matches with these, like Flair and Sting, Rhodes and Funk, Rhodes and Flair, Hogan, Savage, there's always some of these guys, and I'm not just going away from like Flair, the Flairs,
absolutely,
stuff like that, but like Sting, limited in his ability because like he wasn't brought up a wrestler. Hogan, limited in his ability. Even look at Cena. Okay, here's the thing with Cena, though. People say, the 5 moves of doom, and apparently from our count, Reigns only has 4 moves. Look at Cena, it's like, he puts on a boring match, and it's only for, only the little kids like him. But then you go back, watch that match with Damian Sandow, with the, when he cashed in the Money in the Bank. That was a hell of a match. Damian Sandow doesn't have matches like that.
Absolutely.
With
good shows.
John Cena and Jack Swagger when that was a few years ago. It was on a Raw. Jack Swagger had a hell of a. I was watching. I'm like, oh my God, Jack Swagger is amazing. This guy came over from SmackDown, but then it's like, you gotta give Cena credit. Cena wasn't always like that though. He was the guy in the shitty outfit. The jeans, the jersey. I'm sorry, Brandon. I know you still dress like that, but
no way, man. No way.
But it's
that looks like it has to be the most uncomfortable attire there is. Jean shorts.
And then low tops. Not even high tops, low top. Like you're gonna snap your ankle, you moron.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I always think about when I watch Cena wrestling in the sneakers. But you look at this, it's like sometimes like these sometimes there's guys that really put together amazing matches. I don't see that with Lesnar and Reigns so much. I don't think.
I don't want to see it. I do not want to see Roman Reigns in the main event at WrestleMania.
It should be Daniel Bryan, Lesnar. It would have been an epic match on.
Don't get me started. I will be here all night long if we get started on this. I don't want to hear it. I stand at the forefront of the Yes movement, and I think that Daniel Bryan deserves this. And it's a great story. How could you pass up on a story like that, coming back from an injury such as he did and winning at WrestleMania? That's an awesome story.
And there's so much more to it than just that too. Going back to last WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan winning, Lesnar, beating the Undertaker, the end the streak, which was a great match, and I give a lot of that credit to Brock Lesnar, the way he took care of Undertaker in that match.
Taker is very slow.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. When you want to say old school Taker, it's just old Taker now. There's no just old Taker now, and that was a hell of a match. A lot of that credit goes to Brock Lesnar. I don't think he can do it with Reigns. That if the match was Lesnar and Daniel Bryan, it's like one guy defeated the Undertaker, is just steamrolling through people. Then you got the last guy who was champ, who was gone from injury. I really don't think Brock Lesnar is going to walk out of WrestleMania the champ.
I've told these guys that if there was one guy I'd rather see walk away with the title from WrestleMania, it would be Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he deserves it.
I'd be honored. I'd be honored to see Lesnar put Daniel Bryan over. No one wants to see Roman Reigns.
And I also
garbage.
Hot garbage is right. And I also felt that they used Daniel Bryan almost as a way to kind of ease us over on the idea that Roman Reigns is going to be the main event guy.
Oh yeah,
I kind of got that feeling, and I did not like it.
I just got a tweet. Lesnar versus Reigns is going to be German suplex over and over and over and over in Superman punches. How many to beat the champ? And that's the thing with Lesnar and Daniel Bryan. That would have been a great story.
I'm getting a text from my buddy over here, Aaron, saying he wants to see Seth Rollins as champ. Crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Not gonna happen.
Not.
Money to bank on money.
Listen. If Aaron can get his way, Christian would be champion. All right.
One more match.
Yeah, one more match. How about one more push-up?
Oh man.
I look like I got a damn
pectoral muscles.
I look like I got an eating disorder, and I look better than Christian. So I mean, he's like, it's like the thing. It's like, okay, I always sit there and chat against. Oh, it's like I hate just having huge, big, hulking giant. But then you see a little guy and you make fun of him, like Shawn Michaels after religion, Christian after Edge. It's just like these. Some of the little guys, like CM Punk after he stopped eating meat, because it's small. It's like, okay, do you really expect that guy to be, that guy? But
unless he wants to really lose to the Green Power Ranger, he might want to start eating.
Come on, though, those are the best stories told in matches. The ultimate underdog.
But this is going back and tying in to what we were talking about. You have a big giant badass in Brock Lesnar. Then you have Daniel Bryan, who could wrestle. He beat, Batista and Randy Orton.
The man who's not supposed to be in the business. We want to see that.
That is believable. When you watch him beat a big, hulking, badass wrestler, that's Daniel Bryan, and that's. I think this WrestleMania could have been had a perfect main event with those two in it. And then belts from them, at SummerSlam, something like that, or 2 months later. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But that would have been the best main event, I think, in years.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How's that beer right now?
It's It's getting empty. It's just a
You need to refill yourself there.
It's a prop.
Can I just say, going back on the big guy and small guy thing, I mean, you go back into time, Kevin Nash, you know, Barry's take his mask off. How much better is that back in WCW? You know, how much more would the crowd have been into it if, you know, Mysterio beats Nash?
Oh yeah.
You know, who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's got to be believable in the way it's put on. I just think there's some guys like Christian going up against Brock Lesnar ain't gonna,
I would like to.
physically it's like I know the little guy like Rey Mysterio fighting. The one thing about Rey Mysterio when he got darted off the side of that trailer in
Oh, in WCW, they just tossed him.
One of the best wrestling moments ever. It's like that dude was just chucked like the third dart.
When he jackknife powerbombed him on Nitro, that's 10 times worse.
But, okay, another thing with the big guys and the little guys, and then the power bomb. When Shawn Michaels, after Shawn Michaels built Shawn Michaels when he's smaller, older Shawn Michaels. When he took the last ride from The Undertaker, what was it? A few years ago, there was a match. Not only did he just lift him up, I mean, it looked like he was suspending him by his pinky fingers, like the tips of his fingers. Watching that move, it was like, oh my god, like
he almost put him through the canvas.
That looked painful.
What a hellacious move!
Yeah. Announcer. I was a guest ring announcer.
I tell them about this story all the time, Joe. When you got,
I was a guest ring announcer for an independent wrestling promotion. I drove down from Pittsburgh to Myrtle Beach to be a part of this, and I did. And they give me the card. You want to talk about if there? I have it, the tape, but it wouldn't work. It would be a perfect Botchamania moment.
I have them saved.
They give me the card for the first match. It's a fatal 4-way for like their cruiserweight championship. I'm talking to the guys who are like, all right, we're gonna do this. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. We want you to do this, this, and this and that. I'm like, okay, it works. Okay, here's the card. Go announce him. The guy with the dots, the champ. All right. So I go out there. I announce the first guy. The second guy announces the champ. This guy comes out of the back, this wrestler, just looks at me shaking his head. I gave away the match.
Oh, no!
They didn't tell me the guy with the blue dot was the guy winning the match. So that's, because I don't know what they look like by face, okay, when I go out and the new, cruiserweight, Carolina champ is so-and-so. I announced it, and the crowd just turned on me instantly.
Oh my God! Imagine if you were in Philadelphia.
Then I announced. Luckily, it was the Carolinas, and them turning on me means I got 2 teeth thrown at me and a bottle of tobacco spit.
Yum.
But going on with the show, I'm like, okay, I had to fix it. Then there was one time the guys weren't ready to come out of the back, so I'm standing in the middle of the ring, and so happens the referee had worked for TNA. He was a pretty cool guy. And so he's like, "Yo, you gotta get the crowd going." So I started to do a woo chant contest with opposite sides of the other. So I got that going. I'm like, thank God I'm in the Carolinas, with Ric Flair. He's
absolutely. Speaking of, it's his birthday today.
Oh, yeah.
Happy.
Can I get 2 claps and a woo for Ric Flair?
Woo!
16-time world champion.
Brandon just did the Ugandan giant clap. He just smacked his belly. But with the match,
Brandon,
I hear ya.
at the end of this match, it was a champion versus champion match, and their big new heel for the territory was underneath the ring. He came out. He was going to clear out the ring. And then somehow I was supposed to go in and help protect the 450-pound champion that they had. Like me, 165 pounds. I'm going to go and shield this 450-pound man from getting beat. I thought,
Believable.
that doesn't make any sense, especially just being. I basically went down there to promote my, the radio shows and stuff like that, and it was a favor of a favor with a friend. And so as I'm there, I'm on the side. I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for my cue. I'm waiting. I'm like, I'm in a suit, and I'm like, I told him like, listen,
very nice suit. I've seen it. I've seen the video.
I gotta back up because I didn't have any of this room right here. Yeah. So all of a sudden, there was a manager had come out because I had announced a tag team earlier, and he felt disrespected that I didn't give him the proper, intro. So he comes out with.
Oh, you're an indie wrestler. Take a seat.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that they really, really fucking set me up. So this manager comes out with this tag team, and I look, and all of a sudden they grab me, and I just blurt out, "Well, that's not on the card." So drop them.
Unscripted. Unscripted.
I had no idea what was going on. I just look, and he's like, he just whispers, he's like, "Work with me," and I'm like, "Work." You got the other guys. They're grabbing me. I'm like, "Let me get my jacket off." That's all I was worried about. I'm like, it's a brand new suit. Let me get my jacket off. So I get the jacket off. They throw me in the ring, and now I'm like, okay, what? How is this gonna work out? So now I'm up in the in the corner in the turnbuckle, and this dude, we had gone over this stuff. He really, when we were going over this stuff, he was taking care of me. This new heel. It's so much respect for this guy because I'd never taken a move. Practice. Going over stuff, I got like 5-6 power bombs, half dozen choke slams. We wanted to see what would work. I did on the power bomb, and I was just like, I'll decide on whatever's gonna get me done with this going over the script thing.
I would have definitely taken the power bomb. Good choice.
Yeah. So, and he grabs me and he throws me up on the top rope. And well, the thing is, looser ropes. It was humid. He gets, and I got a silk. Kind of a silk feeling suit on. He gets me up on the turnbuckle. I slide down, and he gets pissed. I swear to God, he grabbed me by my rib cage
and tossed you up there, didn't he?
Up there, and then powerbombed me. From there, he got me up.
Did he stiff you?
Huh? Oh, dude. He was like, okay, when I drop you, tuck your neck, tuck your chin, arms out. We're gonna go like we're gonna do it that way. So tuck your chin. He goes, just tuck your chin, just scream, get all the air out of your lungs, and have your arms flat out. I'm like, okay. It still hurt like whoever says that those moves don't hurt, it hurts. Even knowing exactly what was gonna happen. Well, here's the thing. This guy, we never went over that it was gonna be a running power bomb.
Oh my God.
And the fact that it was about dude, he laid my soul into that mat. He came down. The dude, I came down so hard. I hit so hard. I had brush burns on my arm from hitting the apron. And I just heard, no. I'm like, okay, I want to get all the air out of my lungs. I just don't want to yell like a girl. So I'm like shaking my head, yelling no. Like no, stop. I'm like no. You drove me down so hard. I'm on the ground, I'm on the mat, and I'm like, all right, now there's dudes just bum rushing the ring, and I'm like, I don't want to get stepped. I don't want my junk to get stepped on. So I rolled over and I looked down, and I was in pain. I smiled, and the referee's like, he's checking on me. He's like, why are you smiling? I'm like, dude, this is like the most awesome moment of my life. He jabbed me.
I would have been tears of joy.
No, you gotta play it off. You gotta sell it. You're hurt. I'm like, no, trust me, I'm hurt, but I'm just like, I'm so happy.
I'm soaking it in right now. You don't get to get powerbombed that often.
He jabbed his thumb in my eye.
Right?
He jabbed his finger in my eye. I went, ugh, like that. I'm like, what's that for? He goes, now you look like you're hurt. So yeah, that was my That was my wrestle moment. There's no Mania in there. And then I had to drive back the next morning with a neck that I couldn't move. It was awful. It hurt so bad. I was moving JR the next day.
I got to do a wrestling spot once.
It's a bump, man. I mean, that's still pretty cool.
Adam, remember Shane Falco? When I got to kick Shane Falco in the head? Ron Falco. Shane Falco is from the Replacements. Shane Falco. Quarterback. Yeah, I got to kick that man in the head. Remember, I had a tack in my shoe.
Crazy Steve from TNA. He grabbed him. He grabbed him by the head and slammed his head into your shoe.
Oh, that was awesome.
So moving on, what do you guys think the other matches are going to build up to be? Obviously, Cena and Rusev.
Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt and hopefully the Undertaker. You know, the Usos and was it the
The Rhodes brothers.
The Rhodes brothers.
Oh yeah, you know what? That I'm glad you brought that up. We'll go over a little bit for tonight.
Bad match at Fastlane.
Oh, they're going to have a great match at WrestleMania, and the Rhodes family deserves it.
Dusty Rhodes referee. That'll be cool.
But you know what's going to happen? You know what's really going to happen? That's going to be the opening show. That's going to be the live access show.
That's going to be the dark match.
Live access match.
That's awful. You could make that so much bigger.
I really think that's going to be like the fan access, opening match, the free match.
Yeah.
I just have a really strange feeling that's what it's. Well, it's not on normal paper.
No, I don't think so.
But
I really feel like they're gonna build this one. I truly think they're gonna build it.
I hope.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting. I've been waiting for that ever since Cody Rhodes started wrestling. I thought that could be awesome, and the fact that they gave Cody Rhodes a weird Stardust gimmick, I think it's like.
I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I when they first gave him this gimmick, I don't think anyone liked it. To tell you the truth,
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
He won me over.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
No, it looked like WWE was shitting on his career. Like they were burying him with such a shitty gimmick, and he pulls this out of his ass, and now it's the best part of his career so far.
That's a good Cody Rhodes, though.
Any guy that can make a shitty gimmick work is a good worker.
They did it to his dad, Polka Dots.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
And you made it work.
Well, that's the thing with the shitty gimmicks that the Rhodes family has gotten in the WWF. Somehow they make it work. Polka Dots and Sapphire worked.
His brother's a gay Oscar.
Yeah.
He was gold dust, though, man. Listen, the Polka Dots, he could have been at least the IC champion. Derby, really, man. They took a dump on Dusty Rhodes when they brought him in. That was awful. You're going to take a former NWA champion, you're going to put him in Polka Dots and make him a mid-carder? I mean, you give me a break.
You could have so many great feuds back then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you imagine at WrestleMania, Dusty Rhodes going for any title?
I
feel it was over enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At that time, I remember watching it when I was younger, and then watching the matches again, and watching what was it the one of the shows on the network, the Countdown or whatever shows. Yeah, that went over really well.
It did, and he worked it.
Yeah. Going on with what do they say? Daniel Bryan and Ziggler being teased. I would pay to see that. Well, I do.
That will steal the show.
It'll be most likely Sheamus and Bryan, though.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see Sheamus ever wrestle.
Ever again.
Ever.
As a matter of fact.
He needs a tan. He can't move.
Yeah. Oh, man. He needs melanoma or something. Change. He bores me. Maybe in a tag team, he would work like. Here's my stupid fantasy world I play out. Like, I would love to see
Sheamus and Eric Rowan be good.
Eric Rowan and Sheamus be good.
Yeah. It's called what would their tag team be called? No Pigment. No, I would love to see like
charisma.
what's his name? Oh Jesus! Oh my God! I can't believe the
Big
English.
Show.
No, the British guy. The,
Wade Barrett.
no. Oh, God, WCW.
William Regal?
British
Oh
Bulldog.
my God! I was just about to say.
Wow.
I was just about to say tag team with Bobby Eaton. I just couldn't remember. William.
Commissioner of NXT, man. GM.
William Regal.
Or as known in WCW as Lord Steven Regal.
Lord Steven Regal.
Blue Bloods, if you will. I
If you
always
will.
wanted to see him be the manager, be the mouthpiece of like a European, evil stable.
He's got good mic skills.
Yeah, him with like Sheamus and Cesaro and maybe Neville, I think would be awesome. You'd have a couple big badasses.
So you're not a fan of Cesaro and Tyson Kidd?
I love Cesaro.
Those are your tag champs, man.
I think Tyson Kidd's underrated.
I watched that match from Raw against the Usos, and that was the first time I cared that Tyson Kidd was on TV.
Tyson Kidd's only on TV for season 4 of Total Divas.
I haven't watched that since my lotion bottle ran out in season 1.
Season 1.
I have a Walgreens around the corner, so I get a lot of lotion.
What's one match like with guys that aren't in matches, aren't in any perceived match? What's a match you would like to see? If you could pick all the leftover guys, that's on the roster for WrestleMania, whether it's a tag team or minus the Under the Giant Battle Royal if they have that again.
Oh, they're gonna.
But
The Miz.
We were talking about it. I thought they should do a match on the card.
What was that?
How about Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor?
That would be nice. I would like that. But what about maybe something like, obviously WWE guys would go over, but have like almost like a Survivor Series type match between WWE
Versus
guys
NXT.
versus NXT
Do
guys.
you really think the WWE guys would go over?
They should bring back the Dudley Boys for that.
Yeah,
That's another thing.
I think
Dudleys would be nice.
WWE guys would go over. The next night have a return match, and then have the NXT guys go over, or one NXT guy go over.
My buddy on here says an NXT Money in the Bank match he would like to see.
With the
That'd be cool.
prize being at any time you could cash in a roster spot. I would like that.
Or just an automatic roster spot. That would work.
But yeah, a contract for roster spot would be.
Yeah.
A ladder match for a
Yeah.
contract.
I would see that. Now, with that being said, like every last few years, you see somebody come up after WrestleMania. Paige last year. Who do you think is going to be the call up this year?
I don't see him in any future matches right now, but
Charlotte for sure.
oh, Charlotte, yeah,
Charlotte's
for sure,
Big
for
time.
sure.
I think that's that would be I think that would be a deserved spot. I think Charlotte. I think like we were saying earlier, you get somebody really good in the ring, they could have a great match with anybody. I think she could make the divas relevant.
Absolutely. She's a flair, man.
And she should be one of the greatest.
Her, Paige, I'm sold on. I like Paige. Her and Paige, AJ, if she's still around.
No,
Natalie, I think that'd be a good core. And then I don't know.
I want you to think of this. Bring AJ Lee back and have an AJ Lee versus Stephanie McMahon WrestleMania match.
Ooh, for equal pay.
Oh,
Nice. I like that. But we're gonna wrap things up here in a couple minutes. I wanted to go over a little bit because it was the first show and we were 10 minutes late getting on, just because of issues. But I want to go around. We can start with you, Brandon. What do you think's gonna happen leading up to WrestleMania, but not WrestleMania itself? But what do you think's gonna lead up to WrestleMania?
What exactly do you mean by that? What do you mean? Like any match in particularly?
Undertaker really is the Undertaker really gonna come back? You know, are they?
Yeah.
I mean, there were photos of Undertaker released of him in the gym putting in work,
Great show.
getting ready for WrestleMania. So I could see that a possibility of Undertaker coming back for Bray Wyatt. And like I said before, I'd love to see it. That'd probably be one of my main things. Yeah, I'd love to see that match. Have Bray Wyatt send off Undertaker in his final match, and to have Undertaker put over Bray Wyatt into the future. I'd love to see it.
Seeing him pass the torch would be awesome.
That would be cool.
That would be very, very fitting. I think,
I'd
like I said, you know, the greatest character of all time passing off the torch to the best character on the roster now.
I'd love to see that. And I mean, of course, I'd love to see the Brock Lesnar continue to kick ass and roll over everyone, but it's gonna end soon, and
Doesn't break.
it's gonna break my heart when it happens, but it's got to happen sooner or later. So if we have to get it over with this year, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys think is going to lead up to WrestleMania? That's not being played out now.
What are you thinking, Mike?
I don't know, a lot of them are already spoiled out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, most of the matches are already out.
You're not going to see anything from Orton before Mania, so we're not going to see that.
No, I think they're going to try to build that a little bit past Mania, but I think he'll do his turn at Mania.
They'll ruin it. They'll ruin it by having Orton versus Rollins.
Absolutely.
That's what's going to happen. That's what it's going to be.
That should wait until SummerSlam, by the way. I think if they built that up for a few months. And here's the thing, going with that real quick, when it comes to angles like that, I was always a fan of, okay, say you had Orton and Rollins, you know, in a feud. You want to stretch it out for 6 months and not see these guys since there's like 55 hours of live wrestling a week now? Instead,
Right.
you know, put in, you know, J Security, add Big Show.
Jamie Noble.
Have Orton, really work his way, feud with Jamie
Noble!
Jamie Noble, former cruiserweight world heavyweight champion.
Yes, have him with them for a couple of weeks, and then have him go on to Big Show. Have him go on to Kane. Hell, maybe throw in, somebody else on his way to finally getting this.
Don't need to retire, though.
Well, we know the whole time it's Rollins versus Orton. It's just, I always thought adding more wrestlers to an angle to draw it out, I think is awesome.
Can we see Jamie Noble versus Johnny Mercury?
Joey
Mercury? Can we see that match?
Mercury is, so we're never going to see that.
Botchamania. I really think another one that we haven't talked about is I want to see this Ambrose and Barrett feud build up a little bit going into Mania.
There's talk about a fatal four-way for that match, though.
Yeah, really?
Well, who else are they going to throw in?
They said possibly Ziggler and
I would love that.
I think R-Truth deserves it.
No.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
He can come up with another verse to his intro, then I would say maybe. But no.
Little Jimmy versus R-Truth.
They dropped the ball with him a couple years ago with Little Jimmy. I thought that was awesome. I loved it. Then the fact that Little Jimmy became nice, and I liked it when he was mean to Little Jimmy. Not nice. Like smiling and patting the air on your back. No, I liked it when he was waving his finger, yelling at Little Jimmy. I thought that was awesome.
I liked it better when he was Quick with Road Dogg.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
Nice throwback.
I think that,
it was good.
yeah. I think we're gonna end with K-Quick and Road Dogg here.
I don't know if that's really that good of an ending.
No, but let's just ruin it for the listening audience. No, but Brandon, you got homework. You got to You got to watch SmackDown this week.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Better you than me.
Yeah, and
It's on Thursdays right now. Yeah, we've seen the commercials.
yeah. So next week, I think I don't know who should we highlight. You get.
Oh man, it was a good one.
Good one. Let's leave that as the teaser. Who we're gonna highlight to have people looking forward to it.
Leave it to your followers on Twitter. Let's ask them.
Have them vote.
There we go. We'll put 3. How about we throw 3 names out there?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold is a good one.
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
Stone Cold. Eddie Guerrero. And I don't condone.
I don't condone Chris Benoit either.
Okay, you got the legendary past, so.
Yeah, you know what? He listened to RVD's intro music one too many times. Snap your finger, snap your neck. But how about Steve Austin, Eddie Guerrero, and then somebody nice old school, Terry Funk.
Yeah, DCW, man. There we go.
Chainsaw Charlie.
Chainsaw Charlie. I was watching Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack fight.
Cactus Jack.
He got dumped over the side of the stage in the dumpster by the New Age Outlaws. And
The dumpster match. That's a great one.
that was
Another good one is ECW. The very first show that they had was Barely Legal.
Yes.
Terry Funk versus Stevie Richards versus Sandman, and then the main versus Sabu. Was it Sabu?
No, Sabu. And Shane Douglas.
And Shane Douglas.
I'm watching.
No, that was.
I'm
was
watching
a different show.
episodes of ECW right now when I can, and right now I'm in the middle of Terry Funk and his feud with Mick Foley, Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. It just the build up to that match. I like how Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, made a reference to Terry Funk's character in the movie with Patrick Swayze. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yes.
Yeah. It's just the going back and forth. That was awesome. Like Cactus Jack goes, I've never even been to New Mexico. I was born in Indiana. It's just awesome because he was built from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico forever. It was like I've never even been to New Mexico. So I'm in the middle of watching that feud, and that's awesome. But with that being said, next week we'll be right on time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Ready to go.
That's on Sports. That's how you could follow us, or you could also follow me on Twitter for the show at I don't even know how people have been following me. Where are they? I got 4. Okay, I'll admit I have 4 Twitter accounts. I have Drunk Rex at drunk_Rex. I'm the Drunk Rex Ryan on Twitter.
He got under.
I'll be following that one.
Adam, I showed you that when he got heat from Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, Thurman Thomas.
Oh, no.
I have Angry Marone for Doug Marone. He's still upset that he got fired. Then I have El Pop wearing my Lucha Libre mask, which I'll wear next week. And then I have at Tactical 16 Radio. People have been tweeting me on there about the show. So I guess for the show, you could follow me at Tactical 16 Radio. And or what we can do is we can create a military press Twitter handle for all of us, and we could all I don't know, be on that or whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be, yeah.
Whatever the case may be. So I'm looking forward next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from the West Coast of New York, the Military Press Wrestling Hour with Brandon, Adam, Mike, and myself, Silent J. I'll let you guys do an outro for yourselves with your moniker, and Brandon, you got 5 seconds to think of one as Adam gives his great billing.
Thank you for joining us, and Silent J, thank you for having us. I'm the professor of professional wrestling, Adam McFarland, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
That's always going to be hard to follow, man. So all I got to say is...
You gotta hold on. Now you got to follow Mike now because he's got a good moniker as well.
No, he doesn't. He's not that good.
Mike's a B- player.
I'm just
B-
dedicated, brother. And see you next Wednesday.
Hated. You know, they're like a late '80s tag team right there.
I could. They're
Mountain Wrestling right there.
like I said, man. I have no fancy taglines or anything like that. I'm here. I'm here to talk every Wednesday. I'll be here.
My client, Brandon Bender.
Our man.
Your client.
How about the kitchen jobber, Brendan Bender?
The kitchen jumper. There you go.
And I am Silent Jade. We will see you guys next week live. Guys, don't go anywhere. When I hit stop broadcast, we'll still be on for a second. But we'll see you guys next week. And thanks for joining us on our very first long-winded episode of the Military Press Wrestling Hour on Vets on Sports, which you can hear live on vetsonmedia.com every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, and also on Google Hangout and on YouTube through the Vets on Sports channel. Okay? Follow us, tell your friends, and maybe I'll dig into my old bag of friends, and I have a friend by the name of Low Key.
From the Avengers?
Okay.
No.
From the Avengers?
No, you ass.
From TNA. Dipshit.
Oh my God. I'll try to get him on the show in the future.
You need some research.
You are the kitchen jobber. That's we will see you guys live and on time next week with the Military Press Wrestling Hour. On behalf of all of us, I am Silent J. Until then, we'll see you guys later.
Extreme.